Here's the iMac 20-inch in surgery to remove the hard drive that's failed. It's an EMC 2105, and I used another YouTube video to go ahead and remove the back, and got in here. This is the new drive I put in. This is a solid state Crucial. It's only 128 gigabyte here, and I bought this a year ago, and it came with a 250 gig Western Digital, and it's got some issues where it doesn't want to boot. It has a bunch of clunking noises, and sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't, but it's built in January 2006. And the temperature sensor, I went over here and just connected up. I didn't want to leave it unplugged. I'm not sure if the solid state HDA will get hot, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't have the board on here with no sensor, because it might freak it out. It's fairly clean inside. Taking out all this aluminum stuff here was kind of hokey. The other videos on YouTube to kind of show how to pry all that off. The fan in here, I'm going to try to either vacuum this out, which might be kind of dicey due to static. I'll probably fish out some of the lint that's in there. And I'll attempt to go through and restart the computer and put a new OS on it. Anyways, this is the EMC 2105 iMac 20-inch, built in early 2006. This is an Intel Core Duo. Unfortunately, that's just a 32-bit, which means the max OS is 10.6 Snow Leopard. You can go. The CPU that came out in late 2006 was a Core 2 Duo, and it's 64-bit, and it'll go to 10.7, which is Lion. I never did undo these connectors here. This one I kind of undid when I flopped over the LCD. But that was just showing the solid state hard drive I'm going to put in here. I bought this a year ago, and it was kind of expensive as heck, but I wanted to get a one from Crucial because this one was rated fairly good. That's an M4 SSD. The bracket adapter is kind of hokey. It only holds with one on here. The other hole doesn't line up, so I've got this kind of tape with some aggressive tape, and then the pin that's on the hard drive over here. Original hard drive has a pin that's screwed in over here, so I used a pair of needle nose pliers and undid that pin and screwed that into the new frame over here from Crucial. And when I took this apart, the iSight microphone connectors over here, they were wrapped up with some of this tape, so I kind of had to study some other videos and go through and undo the tape before I undid the connectors to get the back off. The memory on this is held on with Phillips screws, and then you've got Torx connectors on the bottom on this plastic iMac. Then you tilt out the cover here, and I think I've got T10s, T6s, and I think there's T12s. The T12s, the four of these hold these out, and I got three of the four came out. The fourth one, I've got to see where the heck it went. Either went on the floor or got stuck here on the foam. When I pulled the LCD out, they didn't really kind of come with it. So I want to make sure I don't have any loose parts in here. But that's the inside of a EMC 2105, built in actually 7 years ago, because this is February 2013, and we're going to attempt to put a solid state hard drive on it. Been using this on Ubuntu for the last year and a half. It's been kind of flat. So, because I couldn't get it to boot, and this originally came with Tiger 10.4. And was going to send this away. Nobody here locally does this. There's a couple places in California replace hard drives. So I'm attempting to do this myself, which just might be a disaster. Anyways, taking the foil off, that was kind of oddball. That's the iMac 20-inch Core Duo with the Intel CPU. I bought this used off eBay in 2007. I think it was about 850 bucks. And this particular model only goes up to about 2 gigs of RAM because it's one of the first iMac Intel based. The Core Duo, the Core 2 Duo, I think goes to 3 gigs. And then some later on the aluminum box ones.